We're looking at something that most people do not assume is even a collectible. It's something I almost never pay for, and it's something that can make you a heck of a lot of money. Hey, Don here. Today we're going to look at some items that usually I don't have to pay for. Probably 90% of the time I am not paying for these if I remove them myself. This is something that I can find quite often. It's something fairly common. It's something that was mass produced. It also can sell for a lot of money. Let's hop over and show you what we're talking about right now. Today's topic is barbed wire. I know that may sound surprising to many people out there, but there are a ton of barbed wire collectors. There's price guides, there's groups, there's even museums just dedicated to barbed wire. It's all over the place. It pretty much covered most of the middle of the country all the way out to the west. You can find it all over the place. Rusted or not, it doesn't matter. People will identify it, they'll chop it up into little pieces, mount it on a board with identification, and sell it for good money. As you see here, this one sold for $500 for this board. Now, barbed wire doesn't just come in small little runs, little sections like this. When I find it, it is a bunch of it, 50 feet, 100 feet. Sometimes you can find whole spools of it never even used, sitting in a barn at a barn sale or something along that line. Garages, barns, farms are extremely good for finding this item, as are estate sales, even auctions. Whenever there's a farming equipment auction, you may run into stuff like this as well. Collectors' estates, obviously, even garage sales. You would be surprised at how much of this shows up. Here's another boarded version. This person sold 3 of these for $300 a pop. So you got $900 and just some little pieces of barbed wire. Now, this is something that I usually get for nothing. Junky, rusted old wire. If I'm at a sale and I ask how much it is, they usually just give it to me. If it's mounted on a wall, if it's actually being used still, or it's on some old fence out in some farm auction or something like that, I ask them how much for it. If I take it down, usually I can just get it for free as well. This is an excellent area that always sells. Pretty much every listing that's good, that has some decent pieces in it, will sell every single time and sell fairly quickly. Now, this is one of those areas where you can actually mount them on a board and get more money than actually if you sold them just straight outright. When they're identified, that's the key to some of these. Now, they don't even have to be fancily mounted on wood or anything like that. This is an early collection. This is mounted on canvas. It's got paper labels and the whole works. It's been around the block a few times. Now, most of these are selling at bins, buy it now options, but some of them on an auction format can go for some horrendously high money. This lot here went for $225. And again, this is just a bunch of clipped wire from barbed wire from back in the day. That's all it is. There's nothing else special about it at all. And as I said, these were made in mass quantity in huge spools, enough to fence in entire fields. Miles worth of farming and prairie land was fenced off like this throughout the history of this country. Here's another assortment that's been turned into a sign. Almost $200 for this. Again, these are just small sections of barbed wire. Most every barbed wire out there is a known example that people have researched based on patents and such forth. So the designs and the patterns on these are clearly identifiable across the board. Here's a nice early example, 750 inches of barbed wire. It's sold straight out as a bin, a buy it now option for $175. Now, barbed wire is one of those areas people aren't sure on pricing, and most people seem to underprice it. Big, huge sections of barbed wire can sell for a lot of money. Here's another example. They do not have to be fancy at all. People just want the barbed wire itself. As I said, there's tons of collectors for this. This one went for $165 for these chunks here. Now, here's an 18-foot section from 1883. Now, there are patents on these, and many of these will have patent dates on part of the metal when you find them even. Now, that doesn't mean that's exactly when they were made. That's when they were patented. So sometimes they would have been made for decades after this point, but overall they sell extremely well. Again, this is just something that would have been setting outside at a barn. Chances are you could get this for almost nothing most all of the time. Now, here's a very well done, artistically mounted set of them. Somebody has taken their time and they've labeled them very nicely in wood also. So this is a fine example here. You can see it sold for almost $100 for just a few pieces. Now this is usually what I run into, which is chunks, just long sections of it just rolled up somewhere at a sale or something. Most people do not assume that these carry a value. Many times you can actually find these just thrown out down at the street, like at a farm sale or something like that. This is the type of material that does show up. Most of the time I will chop it up into sections and sell it that way as opposed to selling it in big huge chunks of it. It's better to split it up. You'll get far more money on something like this. This sold for 75 bucks. Now here's another example of a mounted display here. Now again, it depends on the age and the rarity of the barbed wire, but most all barbed wire will sell for some decent money. Now, many people are surprised there's any value, and when they actually start going out, they see barbed wire at these sales. A lot of people just assume there's no real value in rusted out old barbed wire. They'll just yank it off and discard it, scrap it. So that's why these are worth so much money. Most people don't save them. It's a dangerous thing as well. You can hurt yourself, you can get cut, or all sorts of different things from this. Here's another interesting example. This one's designed to look like it's actually on an old fence from back in the day. It's got some from 1887 on it. It's a very interesting and unique display. $66 on this one here. It's got 7 bids. So just for these small chunks, it's not very fancy or anything else like that. It's still sold for some decent money for what it is. Here's another length of it right here from 1876, 60 bucks. You're not going to pay much for these types of things. I can pretty much guarantee you that. I've never paid more than a couple bucks for any length of this type of material, ever. Most of the time, as I said, I don't even have to pay for it all. If it's mounted on a fence and I offer to take it down to help them, I can get it for free most of the time. And you will be surprised at how much of this is out there if you're actually looking for it. Another assortment here, 18 to 20 inch chunks of this, and it's sold for almost 60 bucks. They're paying for shipping and the whole works with any of these lots, as you can see. Fine example here, nice detail on this one. You can see some zoom in so you can get an idea on it. Now, many people may not even realize that like the middle one here, the big thick band, is even barbed wire to begin with. Most people, again, do just scrap this for the metal that's in it. And just one last example here from 1877. This one went for over 56 bucks. Again, it's just an 18 to 20 inch chunk of this. Most of the time, if someone finds a big run of this, they just chop it up into 18 or 20 inch sections or even smaller ones, depending on the type of display they want to put it on. So one long run of barbed wire can get you multiple sales across the board. Don't sell it together and you will make far more money at it. Now, as I said earlier, there are price guides available. I will have links to this price guide here into the description box down there, as well as to this one, so you can kind of get an idea. Now, this is a new example here, but there are tons of used ones that go for very little money comparatively. So if you're into this, you see it in your area, it's all over the place, it would be well worth your time investing in a price guide also. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
It's Dick Tracy solving a crime with real police Crime Stopper clues and amazing scientific tools like the Dick Tracy Magic Decoder. Now, you can decode Dick Tracy's secret Crime Stopper clues and get your own free Dick Tracy Magic Decoder with every box of these famous Post cereals. Post Sugar Crisp, Post Raisin Bran, and Post Sugar Rice Crinkles. It's exciting. Only with a magic decoder can you solve the set of 4 Crime Stopper clues on the back of each package. They tell you real police secrets. There are 6 different sets of Crime Stoppers to collect, 24 clues altogether. Use your decoder to make up coded messages, too. Trade secrets with your friends. Get your free Dick Tracy Magic Decoder right away. There's one inside these special packages of Post Sugar Crisp, Post Raisin Bran, and Post Sugar Rice Crinkles.